for you today. So we're going a little bit off the beaten path. We're going to talk about Ozempic. Now, this isn't industry news. This isn't anything to do with bodybuilding, but it is about the health of our country. It is about something. Well, I got to give Ozempic props. Have you seen the obesity rate since Ozempic has come out? It's absolutely crushing it. The obesity rate is going down. But with any great thing, we need to look at the potential negatives. So with this, if you guys don't follow me, you know I'm a big fan of RFK Jr. I actually met him in Maine. It was great. We had a random lighthouse, right? Like we were on our vacation this year was hiking the Northeast. It was amazing. So we had one night, we went to a nice dinner. Now, normally for the Low-Bliner family, we'll go ahead and we'll buy food from a grocery store. We'll put some stuff together. You know, we don't go out to eat much. We'll go a couple times a day. We'll get something quick, fast casual, right? Like Chipotle. But we were like, you know, we're going to dress up and we're going to go to one dinner. So we went to this one dinner and we were actually killing time because our reservation was like at 6, it's 4 p.m. We were done hiking for the day and we're like, hey, let's go to a lighthouse. Like Maine is known for lighthouses. Went to this gorgeous lighthouse and we're just walking. I'm ADHD'd out, man. I'm just like, hey, look, trees. Hey, look, a squirrel. And, shit. Hey, look, a squirrel. My bad, guys. Hey, look, a squirrel. And sure enough, all right, speaking of ADHD, sure enough, we're walking, and all of a sudden, my wife goes, hey, it's RFK. And I thought she was playing. I thought she was joking with me. I thought she was out of her mind. And so I walk up. I'm like, holy shit, it's RFK. I'm not one to fanboy over people. I'm not one to be like, oh my God, it's RFK. But I'm like, dude, you know what? A couple of my buddies train with him when he's in Venice, and I hear he's a nice guy. I'm just going to go up. So he had like 4 security guards around him. This was before like the whole Secret Service debacle and everything, before he started backing Trump. And I was like, all right. So I went up and I stood next to his bodyguard, and I just looked at him. He looked at me, gave me an up and down. He noticed I wasn't crazy. He noticed I looked like I'm just a bro. I'm just a meathead, right? He goes, hey, Robert, got a second? So Robert's like getting his camera ready. He was doing a speech that night. And he comes over. He's like, hey, how you doing? And we started talking, talked about some incline bench press. We talked about all this stuff, right? And then out of nowhere, he goes, hey, are those your kids? I'm like, yeah. He didn't have to do this. My kids can't vote. Well, my daughter can now. So he walks over and just starts talking to my kids, hands up these RFK Jr. pins. The most genuine guy. Look, man, I'm a pretty good judge of character. RFK is good people. I don't care if you like Trump. I don't care if you don't like Trump. I don't care if you're Democrat, Republican. My read on RFK is that he is good people. So if you follow me on Twitter, at Mark Lobliner, you know that I'm voting for Trump. One, I don't like Kamala. I just don't. I don't like her policies. But another thing is I can look past Trump and look past the bad parts about Trump and know that my vote is going towards RFK and Tulsi. Guys, I'm a 90s Democrat at heart. And that's what RFK says. I didn't move to the right. The left just moved so far to the left that they lost everything. They lost me. And they actually kicked him out of the party, basically. So that's where I stand politically on that. But this Make America Healthy Again. Make America Healthy Again. I will crawl over glass shards, naked, with the glass shards set ablaze by being covered in gasoline, scrotum scraping across the ground, blood everywhere. And I already voted. I voted for Trump. But really, I'm voting for who he has behind him now. Last time it was a disaster. All that other stuff, look, man, no new wars, World War III, whatever you want to say, Civil War, blah, 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 blah. If we can simply improve the quality of Americans' health, this country will be on a great path. So I'm a huge fan of RFK. If you unsubscribe from me because of that, I don't care. I don't care. I like RFK. I like what he stands for. He's in his 70s. The dude's bench pressing with his shirt off at Venice Beach wearing jeans. That is a guy that I would like in office. That is a guy that I would like to help run our country. So I'm going to pull it up right here. Here's when I met RFK. Beautiful, beautiful. If you look the other way, gorgeous lighthouse on the ocean. It was just so awesome, dude. Look at that. Like just a great moment, dude. It was out of nowhere. It's like I knew he was going to be there. I was on vacation. Had no idea he was going to be there. So I was really excited. I was like, this is great. This is cool. So with that being said, this is what RFK has to say about it. It appears, really screen share audio. Guys, if you can't hear the audio, I apologize. Let me make sure this is working. So let me go ahead, share this tab instead. All right. So there's also captions. So we can go ahead and read it if you can't hear it. And I apologize for that. So let me go here, play this video for you guys. So now they're over pitching what Ozempic does. They're over pitching it. And I'm going to get to more of this because there's more to talk about. So sleep apnea, cognitive decline, those are all things that are caused by obesity. So I will argue that being fat or getting people to be unfat will help them avoid these problems. So his thing is, if you're promoting a drug to cure drug addiction, that's kind of crazy, right? Hey, get off this drug, get addicted to this drug instead. It's like, what? So the drug, so Ozempic is $1,600 a month. $1,600 a month. I will add, there are natural alternatives to curb hunger. And I'm going to throw a pitch in here. Ambrosia No Morbidity is one of those. If you get it now at tigerfitness.com, it's 10% off with coupon code GAINZ, GAINZZZ. That gets you 10% off the entire site, including MTS Whey, peanut butter cookies and cream, my favorite flavor right there. But anyway, let's go on. $3 trillion a year for what they want to do with this drug. $3 trillion for a country that is $35 trillion in debt with no sign of fixing it unless Trump wins and Elon is put in charge of government efficiency. Bingo. Make America healthy again. Better food. This isn't going to be cured by a shot. Although I could argue that voting patterns could be cured by testosterone replacement therapy. If you look at the studies, there are studies on this. I could pull it up right now if you really want. Conservative men have considerably higher testosterone than Democrat men. This has been studied. This has been studied. They have the voting patterns of women. It is what it is. Look, man, I'm not faulting you for, look, man, both candidates are flawed. Both candidates are flawed. It's a matter of who will get our country to where we want it to go. And anybody who puts RFK in their cabinet, I'm voting for. Yeah, they make it in Europe, yet it's being marketed here because we are fat and lazy. Eat better, exercise, get some resistance training 2 to 3 days a week. Go on a walk around the block. Stop eating processed garbage. It's pretty friggin' simple, guys. If RFK is if Trump is elected, RFK's in there, he needs to have the most security in the world. See what Boeing did to their whistleblowers? I'm not going to say it on YouTube. If Trump gets elected, RFK needs a security detail of about 50 dudes because the big pharma will try and take him out. Because think about it, 75% of CNN and MSNBC's revenue is from advertising from Pfizer and Moderna. Look it up. We are the only country in the world that allows big pharma to advertise pharmaceuticals on TV and everywhere else. If he takes that away from them, trillions of dollars, he's going to have big media. He's going to have big pharma. They're going to have a bounty on his ass. We need to do what we can to protect this man. We need to do what we can to get this man in some form of the government. What he said is they're selling it not to Europeans. If you look at the bread in Europe versus the bread in the US, it's a completely different ingredient profile. They're selling it to us because, like he said, we're lazy, stupid, and addicted to drugs. Oh, well, Mark, you're addicted to testosterone. All right, cool. Make America healthy again. Here's my take on that, man. Yeah, dude, the audio, I would have to restart it. It would mess everything up. That's the only thing I need audio on today. So good news is there were captions. And look, man, I hope that he gets a shot to make America healthy again. I hope that he gets a shot to take over the FDA. I hope that he gets a shot to look into what the CIA's been doing. Man, getting RFK in any form of government is great. And also getting a guy who had no new wars under his watch, I'll take that too. Because you look at two things I look at most. That is the health of Americans, right? That is the health of Americans. And that is also keeping us out of foreign wars we have no business being involved in. We sent another, 480 million or billion, whatever it was, dollars to Ukraine when we're sending $750 to American citizens who got ravaged by the hurricanes? Tell me, how is that right? We need to take care of America first. And that's where RFK Jr. comes in. Here's a great post from my co-host of Evening Rants. That's youtube.com/@eveningrants. youtube.com/@eveningrants. That is live every Monday through Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. So here's a post from my good friend Alan Roberts. Good post too. His post is, can any medical doctor tell me how we can be sure GLP-1's massively increasing insulin secretion is not massively increasing the risk of patients developing cognitive dysfunction and or Alzheimer's? So if you look, hyperinsulinemia is associated with increased risk of Alzheimer's disease and cognitive decline. Hyperinsulinemia is associated with a high risk of AD, which is Alzheimer's disease, particularly in people without diabetes. One study found the risk of AD doubled in people with hyperinsulinemia. It's also associated with decline in memory-related cognitive scores. Blah, blah, blah. That's how it happens. So let's go to the next one. Glucagon-like peptide 1, GLP-1, increases insulin secretion. It stimulates insulin secretion from pancreatic beta cells in a glucose-dependent manner. That means GLP-1 only increases insulin secretion when blood glucose levels are elevated, such as after a meal. It also increases the mass of insulin-secreting beta cells in the pancreas. Guys, we have no long-term. Causes gastroparesis. I personally know people who have had severe side effects from these GLP-1s. I'm not anti-GLP-1. I just think we need more data. But Mark, they've been using diabetics for years. Yeah, like 1/10 the dose. The dose is the poison here, guys. How does it make you not eat? It slows down digestion. It causes stomach paralysis. So food is sitting in your gut, fermenting. You'll be constipated. You'll have muscle loss because you're not able to eat. Guys, this is not the way. The way to do it is the way RFK talked about. We need to make America healthy again. It's much cheaper to provide better food than it is to use these GLP-1s. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Let's get to the chats. From Kimberly, I believe you. I wanted RFK to be on the Democrat ticket. That would never happen because the Democrat ticket, the Democrats are being funded by the very people that RFK wants to put out of business. From chat on the road, RFK is awesome. He would have made a better pick as VP than Vance. I don't agree. Candace Owens, not a good VP candidate. Too controversial. JD Vance, the way look, man, I think he's great. He is annihilating the media. He is winning the argument. I think he won the debate. He's done fantastic. I think Vance was the right pick. Biden, Harris suck. Let's keep men out of women's sports. That's another thing. They say they're for women's rights, yet you got dudes like that volleyball player from San Jose State breaking women's faces with his spikes. It's a him. It's a him. Okay? That is a dude spiking a volleyball, breaking girls' faces. And 3 teams have refused to play them. It's unfair. Women's rights? Yeah, I guess if getting rid of babies is women's rights, I guess that's okay. Paulia, Ozempic is cheap from a compounding pharmacy, at least from my HRT clinic, but I refuse to use it. They push it hard. Makes me want to go to a new HRT clinic, as you should. If you want a good one, text me, DM me on Instagram at Mark Lobliner. It is Hormone Health and Wellness. If you DM me at Mark Lobliner, I will go ahead and I will send you the link to where I go. I don't feel like putting it in the chat. Actually, I can. I'll put it in the chat. Hold on. Let me find this real quick. Guys, we got another segment coming up after this. So if you're on YouTube, I'm putting that link in the comment section. I do not get paid by them. I am not sponsored by them. I just really love them. They're giving it to Alzheimer's patients. We live in a clown world. Another big problem, unhealthy food costs way less than healthy food. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Dude, I've done a lot of posts. Dude, you can still get ground beef for $4.20 a pound at Sam's Club. Get a Sam's Club membership. We got it on Groupon for like $20. And we save $1 a gallon on gas. Get a Sam's Club membership or a Costco membership. What? $1 a gallon, yeah, we don't pay for gas by the pound. I'm getting too excited here. Guys, if you can't figure out how to make it work with healthy food, I'm sorry, you're just retarded. It is so easy to ball on a budget here, guys. You just can't be stupid. Don't buy the $12 per pound meat. You get it for $4. $4. If you look for sales, even less. Oh, I need grass-fed. Would you like grass-fed beef, grain-fed beef, or processed Twinkies? Come on, Chad, you're better than this. People are just too fucking lazy to cook. That's the fucking problem. Fucking prep your meals. Thoughts on phentermine, Adipex? Again, I just don't think you need it. Just supplement well, diet well, and train hard. You don't have to train that hard. Monjaro is better than Ozempic. How about fucking just eat less, you fat fuck? This isn't that hard. Just eat less. Just fucking have some self-control, exercise. Jesus Christ. All it does is decrease your appetite and paralyzes your stomach. It's just a byproduct of us being so fucking lazy as a country. So fucking lazy. It blocks cravings. How about you say, I'm not a bitch. I'm just not going to eat the fucking cookie. It's not that fucking hard. Would you rather die or fucking drop? Put the fucking cookie down. Put the fucking cookie down. Jesus Christ. This isn't that fucking hard.
It's either fucking heart disease, fucking diabetes, or not eating the fucking cookie and going on a fucking walk at night. Unfucking real, you fucking lazy fucks. Stop being such a fat, lazy, complacent, fucking weak motherfucker. This isn't that fucking hard, guys. On to the next segment. Guys, as you know, if you follow me, which I don't blame you if you don't, I do not have a favorite college football team. I do not have a favorite college football team. San Diego State, my buddy's the head strength coach. Michigan, my buddy's the head coach. Texas A&M, my buddy's the head strength coach. I don't have a favorite team. So when I watch college football, when I watch the NFL, I just love ball. I love seeing athletes do awesome shit. I love that shit so much. I love being there and watching Alabama versus Vanderbilt. I love watching that. A friggin' Vanderbilt, 18 minutes from my house, carrying the goalpost 3 fucking miles in under 90 minutes and throwing it in the river. They threw it in the Cumberland fucking River. That's fucking football, baby. Man, I love that shit. God, I love that shit. Let's go over the top rankings, bro. So this is something I'd love to do more on this channel. Because I fucking love ball, dude. Could you believe Texas lost? I said after Texas beat Michigan, I'm like, nobody's beating Texas. They lost to Georgia, who lost to Alabama, who lost to Tennessee. Tennessee and Alabama also lost. I'm sorry, Tennessee lost the week before. Alabama loses to Georgia. It's fucking crazy. Alabama beat Georgia, my bad. So Georgia loses to Alabama, who lost to Vanderbilt, who beats Texas. Any given Saturday, guys, is freaking great. You got to see Manning play versus Texas, right? You see Manning play. They benched Ewers, who's probably the best quarterback I've seen in a long time. Alabama has one of the best quarterbacks I've ever seen in college. They get beat by fucking Vandy, and the quarterback goes in there and he's like just dropping F-bombs and S-bombs from a private, beautiful school. I'm like, this is great. University of Miami, guys, the U is back. Cam Ward dropping bombs. Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? Oregon Ducks. Boy, is that team good, man. Oregon was great last year. This year, God, so good. Next week, they play Illinois, who just beat Michigan. Georgia beats Texas after losing to Alabama. Penn State is crushing it. Penn State probably beat Michigan. Ohio State, I don't see Michigan beating them either. 5-1. Texas, they can still win the championship. There's 12 teams going to the playoffs, guys. But the fucking U, dude, the Hurricanes are back. 7-0, 52-45 versus a ranked team. Next week, they play Florida State. Florida State is absolute dog shit. They're like 1-6. LSU, always a contender. Tennessee, they lose, but hey, came back and beat Alabama, who beat Georgia. What the fuck? This is the craziest year ever. Iowa State coming in hard, coming in strong. Got some ballers on that team. Clemson beating up on Virginia. Notre Dame beating Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech is a squad. So my daughter goes to Indiana. She goes to Kelly School of Business. I used to joke with her. She has a season pass for football. I'm like, why would you even go? They're just going to lose. I don't see Michigan beating them this year. I don't see that happening. I just don't. Indiana is strong, and their coach, his recruiting style, He goes, if you come to me, I win. Google me. He said that. This dude is badass. This dude is amazing. This team, Indiana, can win the whole fucking thing, dude. Think about that. The fucking Hoosiers, who lost 52-7 versus Michigan last year. BYU coming in strong, soaking. That's the key. BYU is soaking every night. And through the soaking, they get the power. If you don't know what soaking is, Google it. It's a Mormon thing. It's weird. It's really, really weird. Really weird. Really weird. Y'all know what soaking is? Let me know in the comments below. Texas A&M, again, another team I like. Great strength coach. Boise State, one of the probably the best running back we've seen in years. Kansas State, coming in big, coming in hard. Missouri, like, look at this. Alabama, 18th. 18th. Alabama, this is the first time they've had 2 losses this early since I think it's 2008. Ole Miss coming in strong. Pitt, fucking Pitt. Pitt is 6-0. Illinois knocking off Michigan. SMU. Army running the fucking double wing option. Wow. Navy. Washington State, no Michigan. No Michigan. Michigan literally won the championship last year, lost 10 guys in the NFL. Here they are. Here they are. Whoa, it sucks. But Sharon knew he had a couple years to rebuild. Michigan will come on strong. Give him like 2 to 3 years. Then you look at who else is considered. Liberty. You know why Liberty is going to be considered? Because God is on their side. Colorado, I don't buy that whole Dion thing, but he's paying people a lot of money. People are making a lot of money. You're going to get talent. You're going to get talent. But what happens when his kid's gone? What happens when his quarterback's gone? Shador, what happens when he's gone? Syracuse, Vandy. Who'd have thought Vandy would be considered for anything except for embarrassment of the SEC? This is nuts. This is fucking great. Man, they've made college football great again. Oh, man. Well, let's get to the chat. Sugar is still nature's Ozempic. Very good for Tommy. Wish I didn't have a favorite team. Texas losing on my birthday hurts. Oh, I'm sorry, Kimberly. I didn't think it would happen. I thought they'd go undefeated. Oregon's good because transfer. Yep, dude. The transfer portal's changed everything, hasn't it? I don't know. I'm for it because my nephew used it for baseball, but it has really fucked the game. Loading up on sugar before game day is key. Okay. You do you, bro. Fuck science. Yep, Hoosiers are 7-0. I know what soaking is. So soaking is basically like you get in a bunk bed and you go inside of a woman and the guy kicks the bed and makes you move. Because I guess somehow they figured out that not moving is like not having sex. It's the weirdest shit ever. Ohio State, Will Howard transfer from Kansas State is doing good too. Oh, Will Howard. Yep. Dion will be the coach of Dallas Cowboys and his son replacing Dak in the next years. Dude, I think my son can replace Dak, and he's 11. Doesn't even play quarterback. Sorry, Cowboys fans. Not a good year again. Don't worry, guys. This year is your year. Anyway, guys, that does it for today's live. Check it out. TigerFitness.com, coupon code GAINS, GAINZZZ. That's 3 Z's. Gets you 10% off everything, including peanut butter, cookies, and cream MTS Way, including this delicious Planta bar. 20%, 10% off for the rest of next week. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. I will see you tomorrow for this live. I wish I could pinpoint a time, but it just depends on what my schedule does. Anyway, have a great Sunday. Have a blessed week ahead. Love you guys. Please subscribe, like, comment on this video, and share this with your friends, and join us every single day. Check it out, guys. Got a Creapure ad going that is also 10% off with coupon code GAINS, GAINZZZ, at TigerFitness.com. Take it easy, yo. Every few years, we get a new version of creatine. Creatine HCl, creatine ethyl ester, you name it, there's a new creatine. But one stands out as the best, as the tried and true, and that's creatine monohydrate. But not all creatines are created equal. Most of the creatine comes from China. I'm not saying anything bad about Chinese ingredients. A lot of them are great. But if I'm taking creatine, the most important, most beneficial, most amazing, most studied supplement, I want to get it from the most pure source. I want to get it from the source where all the studies that we cite were done on. And that is CreaPure Creatine. So that's why I came out with my own brand of MTS Nutrition CreaPure Creatine. Not only are you getting the CreaPure branded creatine, but you're also getting it from a source that you know tested coming in, going out from MTS Nutrition, the brand you love, the brand you trust. And by buying from us, you're buying it from a company who supports you and here to help you reach your goals. Support companies who love you, support companies who don't hate you. If you take creatine, take MTS Nutrition CreaPure Creatine, I can say this with the certainty, with the utmost certainty, that this is the best creatine you can buy, period.